Hey everyone! I haven't done a GeikMasterGARDENS update since late May, and I thought that the time is ripe for an update. Get it? Ripe. Garden. Ripe. Everybody? Ripe? I should stop? As the title suggests, this has not been a stellar season for the garden. As I pan across the garden, you will see a few things that back this up. First, my cucumber plants look incredibly horrid. For any non-gardeners out there, the cucumber should be much bigger for this time of year and even producing fruit. And my poor green beans in the enclosure, they have been brutally decapitated. The same can be said about my Shishito Peppers in the tomato cages. These plants are technically still alive, but they ain't growing much or producing anything. So what is the culprit of this tragedy, you may wonder? Rabbits. They are an absolute menace to the Geiken garden this summer. It's unfreaking believable. I have been gardening in this spot for 15 years and I have never had so much trouble with those stupid creatures. They have never eaten my peppers or cucumbers before. Ever. Furthermore, baby rabbits have been getting into my enclosure and eating the green beans. I know rabbits like green bean sprouts, which is why I plant them behind the fence. But I have never had so many baby rabbits in my yard that can squeeze through it. It makes me wonder if there is a shortage of predator species in my neighborhood this season. I once heard an expert on the amazing Nebraska-produced television show Backyard Farmer say that rabbits are the Snickers bar of the animal kingdom. They seem to be everywhere this summer, which makes me think something is going on in the local ecosystem. You may ask, how do I know rabbits are the culprit? I see them. I see those little monsters. As I look out my window, they're just happily munching on the plants. And by the time I get out there to scare them off, they're gone. Those cowards have run away. However, it's not all bad. All of my tomato plants are doing relatively well and seem to be left alone by those long-eared hellions. I recently tied them to my trellises like a Viking blood eagle execution. I'm really excited for one of my tomato plants called Midnight Snack. They are supposed to turn dark purple instead of red. Also, my herbs are doing well. The dill I planted is thriving, as is my parsley and basil. Catnip and chives have returned from previous years and they're doing well as well. I'll have to make a video on the catnip and my cats, so stay tuned. I also have a small garden plot that is next to my house where I have a tomato and cucumber plant. The tomato plant is doing good. It is a big heirloom variety. However, once again, the cucumber has been munched on by the rabbits. And in between these two plants, on the plot next to my house, I have planted watermelon because my kids thought it would be great. Personally, I'd much rather go to a store and buy watermelon, but my kids said that they would plant them and tend to them. And as you could probably guess, that has proven to be an empty promise. But that is just as well. As you can see, they are not doing great for this time of year or season. I also have another hypothesis of why my garden seems to be a little more stunted this season than in previous ones. I believe this stems from something that I have on my property that many people in Gretna thirst over, and that's mature trees. Most houses in Gretna are so new that trees have not had a chance to become big and mature yet. I have a ravine in my backyard that has large trees that provide tons of shade, and they have for as long as I've lived in my house. And I have tended these trees, I've pruned them, I've cut out the dead wood, and in return they have grown larger and provided more shade for hammocks and such. But it also may be the reason why we're getting such a dismal growing season. I guess it's not all bad. I have a line of hostas and other shade-loving plants at the back of my property that are doing quite well. I have also planted Columbines this season, hoping they will establish themselves so that next year they will pop up and add lots of color in these shady areas. On one side of my house I have planted zucchini and they are doing well and are about to take off from what I could gather. If they produce a lot, I'm going to start dropping them off at my friends' houses. I recently heard a saying about zucchini plants when applied to country or city life. It goes something like this. When I live in a city, I lock my car doors so people don't steal my car. When I live in the country, I lock my car doors so people don't leave zucchinis in my car. Last, I want to talk about the gooseberry plant that is finally producing-ish. I recently harvested a few of the berries as they have developed a dark purple as they have become more ripe. They taste good, I really like them. However, they are not as tasty as a ripe blueberry or blackberry. But that's okay. There's a reason why blueberries and blackberries are commercially produced. Well, that's it for this update. I'll try to update more about my garden's progress in August. And as always, thanks for watching.